Welcome back to the channel, Loving Life Mallorca. I'm Andrew and today I brought you down to Alcudia port. It's 7 o'clock at night and it's still really hot. So I thought I'd bring you around. It's getting busy. The port is quite busy now with holiday makers and all the rest. Got some beautiful boats to look at, some takeaways and restaurants and everything else, and of course the boats. So without further ado, let's get on and see what's down there. Come on then. The main entrance to the port is just down the road a little bit further, but on the approach to it we start seeing hotels, shops, places you can rent cars and motorcycles, tourist shops, fancy an ice cream down here as well. There's a beautiful sandy beach down the port, and the actual sea itself, it's quite shallow just by the sand. The water is so beautiful and warm just there. This is quite a new restaurant as well. It's the first time I noticed it tonight actually. And if you fancy getting the local bus round here, it drops you off just here as well. This bus stops at the other side of the road. If you fancy having a look where they go to, look under the TIB on the website. Apparently, a little bit of gossip for you. This area here is where they're building the McDonald's. If you fancy going a little bit further than just a local service, i.e. to Palma to Inca, the stops across the road there for Palma Inca, there's got a good handful of bus stops that go down this main strip from the Bellevue, but when you first get there, just make sure obviously you're getting the right bus. And in the actual bus stop itself, there are bus timetables, for a better word, that tell you exactly where the bus is going and what time. And if you've downloaded the website, then you can see exactly where the bus is and what time it's going to be, if it's going to be late or whatever. Fancy getting yourself a hat printed? Just down the port here, this is a designer shop. This is quite a big shop. It has everything in there from clothes to handbags, shoes at the back, a few toys. Now I often talk about Muddy's, the restaurant, don't I? Because it's got a beautiful view and the food's good as well. It's just above there. And the reason the view's good, because you have to go upstairs. It's over the coffee shop just there. There it is, just there. And you actually look over the beach itself. There's this lovely steak restaurant that is. And the beach is just through those little roads there. And as I call it, this is the main entrance, if you like, to the port. So just through this alley, just by Muddy's, saying head towards the beach. You've got a good handful of restaurants just here and bars you can get a drink, and they actually put like pallets or wooden pallets on the sand itself, so you can actually sit on the sand and have your drink or your meal. It's a beautiful beach, isn't it? So saying the actual sea itself, you can walk out a long way before you get out your depths just here. And where the water is so shallow, the water is so warm. And that's Muddy's just upstairs, up there. So there's a Chinese next to it as well. As you're coming down, if you follow the road round, then you go up the top there. turn right and right again, you get to the top road. There's a car park up there. It is free, even though there's a man in a high-vis jacket trying to sell you spaces, asking you for €1 or €2, depending how you feel, but it is free. But my advice, because it gets extremely busy around here with cars and trying to find a parking space, is park as soon as you find a parking space. That is the top tip of the day. And this is just entering the main port, the main part of the port. In here you'll find a car hire place over there, fan rail. You'll find lots of tourist shops, got restaurants. There's a couple of spas down here, lots of pubs, stroke bars. And actually the port is a huge place. Everybody seems to think that this actual main road here is the port, but it goes right over on the left hand side, and around every corner you'll find a restaurant, a bar. So along here, if you fancy renting a boat, there's loads of different boats along here for all abilities. If you've got a licence or unlicensed, it's a boat rather for you. You've got a few stalls from the night market along here as well. Got nice little restaurants. Obviously being a port, the speciality along here is mainly fish. If you like your boat excursions, you pick them all. You can walk down here and pick them up. The boats along here to do the trips. They really are good fun, the trips. And don't forget to take your scuba gear if you fancy a little swim. There's little fish in there, they're really nice. All different colours when you get a bit further out in the water, in the sea. If you come down here by your bicycle, there's plenty of places to chain up your bike as well. So all this here was done up a couple of years ago. They renewed the flooring. They opened up a lot more berths. As you can see, they spend quite a lot of money on the place actually. They used to have, if you remember, they used to have a few fairground rides along here, but those have gone now, unless of course they're going to come back. Maybe you fancy a speedboat trip or a breakfast with the dolphins in the middle of the ocean. You can get them all along here, you know. And right down the end, we'll have a look in a minute. We've got some multi-million euro yachts. They're huge. Fancy rented a jet ski, you've got some of those down here as well. If you come down here during the day, a lot of these restaurants do a meal of the day. So I was saying, now we're getting nearer to the end, the boats are getting bigger. There's a few up for sale. You've got a restaurant right down the bottom of this road here. You can sit there and look over the sea and eat your meal, have a drink or whatever. There's a few shops also when we go around there, all to do with boating and things. So if you like your big yachts, you'll find lots of choices round here. So if you fancy treating yourself to a boat, there are places around here that will sell you a boat of your dreams. And through there you'll find the dry dock, just through there. And even here, if you've got an electric car, you can plug it in, so they are getting everywhere with them. So I love looking down from the drone. Whatever you're looking at, it's good fun to play with, isn't it? So when you're having your meal and things, just imagine looking over this view. Lovely, isn't it? So from here I can continue walking down where I came up. If I turn around the corner here, got a big hotel just down here on the left hand side on the beach itself. And I can walk right down to Alcudia beach. It's just round here. I love to come swimming when I come down here because again the water is shallow and often you don't get anybody round here, just locals and things. And it's just nice to lay there on the beach, maybe with a few friends, a sandwich or something. And it's so quiet, just here. And just here you can rent out all your sea toys, as it were. Wind pirates, kayaks, windsurfs, setboards, big paddle boards, catamaran from here, electric surfboard, and they always look fun, don't they? So back to the main part of the port again. As I've mentioned a couple of times in this video already, don't forget to go up the side streets. They're side streets coming off side streets, if you know what I mean. And also you can find restaurant, bars, all different things. Whatever you fancy, you find around every corner. So have a meal, just grab yourself a beer or glass of wine and just watch the people pass by. As I said, if you fancy renting a boat, you can rent boats out here. If you're licensed or not licensed, there's plenty available. If you want to go on a trip with somebody, you can hire yourself a boat and a skipper. If you want to do something a little bit more exciting, you can go on a high-speed one or something along those lines. There's something here for everyone. Or down the end here, some jet skis as well. So if you want to go on a jet ski trip, you've got plenty of there, haven't they? Blimey. And that's where you get your jet skis from. And perhaps you feel like doing an excursion like I did the other day. There's got a good handful of them to choose from. You can have breakfast with dolphins, sunset like I did, trips, all different things. And this is where you book them all from here. Just here we've got lots of shops, tourist shops, got restaurants just coming up, an ice cream shop just there. And just where I'm standing here, this is where they have the stage and the chairs for any fiestas there are. And there was a good one here last week with fireworks and things. Really enjoyed that. So it's just here. Got the night markets just starts here as well. And there's loads of restaurants just over the other side here, depending on what you fancy. There's Spiga, just on the corner there. I really recommend there. That's a really nice place. But there's loads and loads of places down there are really nice, depending on what you fancy. And then you've got the night market, as I was saying. It's 8:45, it's still really busy. If you fancy having a meal out or something, it's a good idea to book because the restaurants do get extremely busy. It's all jewellery. In this store we've got candle holders. Look at these soaps, all different flavours. And again, jewellery and different bits and pieces. And then right down the end, you'll find the famous Alcudia sign, where people always stand in them, lay on them, stand on top and have their photos taken. It's one of the best places round here actually to see the sunset. So this is the end of the port, it's here. You've got a few shops just dotting up there. As you can see, there's on the bus service as well. Shops all round the outside. I said to you near enough the beginning of the film, down the bottom there, that's the port. There you go to Barcelona. There's lots of restaurants down there and cafes and different things if you fancy a bite to eat that you haven't found in the main part of the port. And there's a car parks you can see here on the left-hand side, just up there. And I'm saying, don't forget the car parks are free, even though people in a high vis are everywhere. And that just nicely takes me to the end of the film. Well, that's the end of today's film. Lovely little walk around Alcudia. We used to drone, didn't we? Had a little look everywhere. If you liked it today, please give us a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget the Facebook page, Love in Mallorca. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you on the next film. Bye for now.